Figured it out. Figured it out for that first one. My Facebook had decided to try and connect to my phone rather than my laptop. So here I am. Yes, I'm early because I need to go into town today. So I would like to pay my respects to the spirits of the land here, where it is grey, windy, and cold. However, it is beautiful, and I am very grateful that I get to live here in my version of paradise. All right, so um, yeah, sorry about coming in early, but you can just watch a replay. All right, so now we had that we had the new moon yesterday or last night at 5:20. And I know for myself, I had very much a chill, reflective day. I spent the afternoon thinking about those Sagittarian topics. We're thinking philosophy, religion, my place in the universe. And because it was Mercury retrograde, we've got that Mercury Jupiter opposition, both of those guys retrograde in mutual reception, which means that they're in each other's sign. So, there was a very wise, thoughtful type of day. And again, with the retrograde, we're looking back at past topics and beliefs as well. So, it's not really the time to act right now, but definitely a time to put yourself back into a position where, like once upon a time, everything might have been functioning really, really well. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, like everything's fallen apart. And it really is time now because Venus is just about to leave Capricorn. So I've done a few days ahead. Okay, hang on, let me just do this because I know there's people there. All right. Okay. Anyway, so Venus is just about to pack up her briefcase and exit Capricorn. All right. So now, tomorrow morning, the moon moves into Capricorn. Anyway, let's go back today. So now is the time to revisit the systems that help us function. So, like, I'm going to just make it in a business sense. So, previously, I did newsletters and I had all of these processes going that worked. And then they went by the wayside because I don't have a visual reminder for myself. And ADHD much, I'm just like flip, 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 flip to the next thing. And I forgot about the things that actually worked. So in my retrograde ponderings, because, for myself, that Sagittarian goal. Good morning, Heather. Yeah, that Sagittarian goal for myself, it was about that future direction. Remembering that everything is slowing down in retrograde. We've got Mars going retrograde in a couple of days. Our energy levels are going to start to retreat, which means we're going to be drawing on our internal power sources. All right. Mars in Leo right now is very proud and confident. But when he goes retrograde, it's gonna be like us looking at ourselves going, wow, I've done a really good job. I'm proud of myself. Good morning, Mikkel. How are you? So, like it's going to be looking within to see how powerful we really are. And then when Mars goes back to Cancer, we're going to be like, oh, okay, I got this, I got that Leo experience because in my earlier years, I was nurtured or I was propped up and supported by that Cancerian energy. Now, it can work both ways. If you didn't have the greatest early home experience, then this is going to be the chance for you to look within and redefine what strength looks like for yourself. All right. So, and then, like I said, like we're all in this really weird space, this liminal space where we're like, Venus is packing up to go. She's been in the office. She's got all these policies and procedures that she wants to adhere to. Um, and she's just about to move into Aquarius, which I liken to her leaving the boardroom and going on a campaign trail. She's going out into the community to see what the community needs. She's been in the office. She thinks that, the policies and procedures and things that she's put into place to make the business run well is going to be fine. Good morning. I know, Louise, I've got to go into town, so I had to do it early. So yeah, it's very much a matter of looking at the processes that you have in place and see whether they're still functioning, and see also whether the circumstances have changed. You know, like I was saying just before, I had procedures in place, but then I forgot about them because I shiny thinged and went off on a different path and went, oh wow, okay. There was a time when this business was working well, it was functioning well, but because I hadn't written it down in front of me to keep reminding me that this is the things I need to do, I forgot. You know, so now in this retrograde, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I need to go and do those things again. So you could be and this space in between that we're in is the time to start doing that. So we're not rushing off, we're redefining what structures worked for us previously. All right. So and yeah, that's like I said, things have fallen by the wayside, but it doesn't matter. Just give it some love and resurrect what felt good and what worked for you. All right, so now tomorrow morning, so all day we've got this Venus trine Uranus, which is very, very active. It's exact tomorrow morning at 1 a.m. And this is just, again, this shift in comfort levels. All right, so it could look like money. You know, Venus in Capricorn is very business orientated, and Uranus in Taurus is being ruled by that Venus. So this could look like, you know, always a good day to do a budget. Good morning, Kath. How are you? So yeah, it could look like budgeting. It could look like, you know, getting rid of subscriptions that you don't use. That's always a favorite for me, is getting rid of things that you don't use. You know, unnecessary payments coming out of your bank account, restructuring payments, setting up a payment plan. You know, like if you're overwhelmed by debt, you know, contact those people and say, all right, I'll give you X amount a week, set up the payment plan, and then set and forget, you know, set it into manageable things. Same with tasks. You know, if you're overwhelmed by tasks, make them small and then just, you know, automate what you can, and you know, remind yourself what needs to be done on the daily if it worked for you, which is what I'm going to be doing. So let's just quickly draw a card because I want to get out of here. I've got to drive, the weather's yuck, and I have an 11 a.m. appointment. So the card for today is, we've had this one before, when the grit becomes a pearl. I love this one. I need to find my glasses. Yeah, so, you know, like, I mean, obviously, you know, my situation is my story. So, like I was saying earlier, you know, I had all these processes that worked, and I just didn't give them enough attention, and they've gone by the wayside. Oh, awesome. That's so Venus, Mikkel, doing a cleanup of old makeup. I love that. All right, so this is card 27. Yeah, I'm going to get this little skin tag thing. I'm going to see a skin doctor today, which is very Venus. Going and getting, you know, my health concerns and skin as well. So, all right. So, reinvention. Oh my God, that's perfect. Learning from past mistakes and surrendering to the lesson with grace and maturity. Sometimes something transformative is happening with you. All that friction, irritation, and resentment, the growing pains, and identifying with your wounds and then releasing them. You've been through rough seas for sure, but now you hold the precious pearl of wisdom in your hands. You are forever changed. You cannot change the pearl back to the grit, nor would you want to. You might get triggered here and there by ghosts of the past, but nothing compared to the arduous journey of learning that you have been on. You will notice quickly how things can turn around and how quiet you can become in the middle of a storm. How adept you've become at knowing when to speak up or when to step away, and how mature you are now. All right. There we go. Some things can't be changed no matter how much you want them to. But things that didn't work before won't work now. So definitely a time of, looking at the things in your life to see if they are still functioning as intended, or just being able to go, all right, that doesn't work now. I am allowed to change my perspective. So, so yeah, it's, you know what, this week we've got massive changes. So on the 6th, 7th, and 8th of December, we have got like Mercury Cazimi. So there's that Mercury meets the middle of the sun, and it's a weird one. Hi, Amby, how are you? Oh, so nice to talk to you. Mwah. Yeah, so 6th, 7th, 8th, Sun conjunct Mercury on the 6th. All right, so there's that seeing through the eye, like that, that the sun is just going to be power blasting through Mercury. So there's that, that higher thought process, philosophy, realizations of what's been working for you. And then on the 7th, we've got Venus moving into Aquarius at 5:14 p.m. and then Mars going retrograde at 10:33 p.m. So there's massive realizations which cause massive shifts in your awareness, both Venus and Mars moving, and they are also moving into an opposition. And then on Sunday the 8th, we have Neptune going direct and also Venus conjunct Pluto. So these massive realizations that are coming this week cause us to shift our perspective, Venus moving into Aquarius, transform ourselves because of that, all right, Venus conjunct Pluto. And then with that Mars going retrograde in Leo, going back into Cancer, we are able to like really witness ourselves for what we are and the power that we do have in our own lives. All right, so it does take courage and confidence as well. So, and with that, you can the only word that's coming is honorably look at yourself, like give yourself the credit that you deserve in your life because of the actions that you do on the daily. All right, and then obviously, Mars moving back into Cancer, I'm going to talk about that a whole lot more. I actually posted a blog yesterday, so if you would like to go and read that, it's on my website, or the link is in the group. It's just on Mars retrograde. I haven't done a blog for a while. So yeah, I've got a blog there if you would like to go and read it, like it, whatever. And if you're still here, I do have a few new members. So I do personal readings. You can reach out in a DM, or I do have the booking link also pinned in the top of the group. But yeah, I just thought I'd just chuck it out there to people that. And I'm also getting the coaching back up and running as well. So, well, not that it wasn't not running, but it, by the wayside. So anyway, guys, I will see you tomorrow. By the time I talk to you, the moon would have moved into Capricorn. So, yeah, just continue to, utilize that sort of upper head, like where's your antenna focused. So yeah, mwah, I'll see you tomorrow.